Morning YouTube. Today I want to make you a little bit more self-sufficient. We're talking wheat. Yep, wheat. I can go to the store and buy wheat, right? No, not a couple weeks ago I couldn't. Nor could I buy flour. But when I first moved to the property, I brought myself a pound of organic, non-GMO, yada yada yada, spring red wheat. And I planted it in yon garden in a 4 by 35 foot pad, and watered it, and I put some chicken manure on it, and it was a good time. That 1 pound turned into 6. And last year, as those that have been watching my channel know, my garden fence was down last year, and I got behind, I couldn't plant my wheat. What I've done this morning in, let's say 2 hours, is I planted about 4 pounds of wheat in this space, and I'm going to tell you how I did it. When you're planting spring wheat, you only want them to be 1 to 1.5 inches deep, so don't put a lot of pressure on the hoe. Just make a nice little groove, and what I'd do is I'd go from one end to the other and then go back, and then I'd pick up my seed bucket and I'd put it in my hand, a little handful, and I just kind of wiggle my hand back and forth while moving down the line. And I have a picture, I'll put it right here. And what that does is kind of evenly distributes the seed in the trench that you made. So I'd go all the way down and all the way back to where the hoe is now. I pick up the hoe and repeat. And like I said, it took me about 2 hours to rake it and to hoe it and to seed it. And then I took the rake again. It's a 3 foot wide contractor rake. And I went diagonal across the rows to kind of knock the dirt that I furrowed up back into the trenches, and I stopped as soon as all the little ditches were gone. So up here I'll put a picture of the ditches with the seed in it, and now you can see, ta-da, no more ditches. So the last step is, and I'm filling it up over here, is good ground contact. So I have a 55-gallon drum that I'm filling up with water, and I'm going to roll it out across this bad boy, back and forth, just to make sure the dirt's nice and packed. And then you would think the next step would be watering it, but no, it's going to rain about 1/10 of an inch this afternoon, so yay. Wait a sec. It's not the time to say goodbye yet. We didn't talk predators. Predators for wheat. Who likes to eat wheat? Who doesn't like to eat wheat? Well, the 2 predators that I'm worried about are turkeys, because they're out here somewhere. And deer. I have 5 deer walk through the property every day. They enjoy themselves. And I'd prefer that when the wheat comes up that they don't turn it into a nice protein rich snack. So what are we going to do? I'm going to use my fishing line deer netting, I'm going to use my fishing line deer fence on 4 T-posts. 1, 2, 3, 4. But instead of setting it up just for deer, which I can get away with 3 lines, 1 at 12 inches, 1 at the top and 1 in the middle, I'm going to put 6, because that'll slow down the turkeys. And I just need to keep them irritated to be there. They're not going to destroy the whole field, but you need to put up some kind of little barricade when you're a small scale producer to stop the grazers or the seed eaters. Turkeys being the seed eaters. Anyway, a little bit of fencing goes a long way. I hadn't done a video on the fishing line deer fence. This is my combo deer turkey confuser. So we have T-post. You can see I've tied a string at the bottom. It's about 8 inches off the ground, and then about 8 inches higher I have another one, and about 8 inches higher I have another one. Those 3 are for the turkey, because the turkey walks up here and they push on the string and they get confused, and if they can just duck and go in, then they'll go in. But if they hit enough strings, it prevents all of them from going in, and then everybody else walks off, so they go follow them. And then there's 2 more lines. This 30-pound test fishing line. It's clear. It works really good on the deer because the deer can't see it. Apparently they have poor close-up vision, and they walk into it and they don't walk into it anymore. I know that seems really weird, but from my dining room, I watched a deer walk into one of these fences, and from that day forward, like I said, I have 5 deer every day on the property. They would come up to the fence, turn, go around the fence, and then continue on their path. Like that's where they wanted to go. They wanted to go from here to there, but they just go around the fence. They never touch it again, and they just keep going. It works. And let me tell you, this fence's fishing line cost me $2.99, and then the T-posts. So that's a pretty cheap protection against your grazing predator. Of course, an elk or a moose wouldn't care. But hey, deer, focus on the deer. Have a great day, YouTube. See you next time.